right. Welcome, Fade to Black. All the breaking news you need today for this Thursday, December 8th, 2022. I'm Jimmy Church. All right. On this day in history, 1980, John Lennon is shot and killed by an obsessed fan in New York City. On this day in 1980. Fade or fact? Check this out. You are as old as the universe because matter cannot be created or destroyed. Think about that. That's your fade or fact. Let's get straight to the breaking news. Brittany Griner has been released and is on her way back to the U.S. Months and months of difficult negotiations with the Russians ended with today's prisoner swap securing her release. The final deal itself came together over the past 48 hours, launching the process of moving Griner from the penal colony where she was serving a lengthy sentence. This morning, she arrived at the United Arab Emirates, where she was met on the tarmac by U.S. officials, including Special Presidential Envoy for Hostage Affairs, Roger Carstens. She was in extremely upbeat mood and all smiles and grateful. But Paul Whelan remains in Russian detention. In exchange for a convicted arms dealer, Russia would only agree to release Griner, leaving Paul Whelan behind. In multiple engagements over the past weeks and months, Russian officials made clear that releasing Victor Bout was the only way they would free Griner from her detention. And we will keep you updated on this. I think Paul Whelan's going to be released here very soon. Man, sad. The House voted today to pass the final negotiated version of the National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2023, which the policy agenda and authorizes funding for the Department of Defense. The 2023 NDAA contains 33 pages of UFO UAP language, ensuring transparency on information the Pentagon collects from unrecognized aerial objects encountered by members of the armed forces. That data collected about UAP is shared with the AOI MSG and protections for those who come forward with such information. Following passage in the House, the measure will need to go to the Senate to be approved before it can be sent to President Joe Biden to be signed into law. We should expect all of that very soon. The city of San Francisco is investigating a complaint that Twitter illegally converted workspace at its headquarters into hotel rooms. The investigation into a possible building code violation at the headquarters at 1355 Market Street comes after reports that Elon Musk had made the workspace conversions as part of his revamp of the company after buying the social media giant in October for $44 billion. The overhaul included sleeping quarters that featured queen-size beds and bedside tables. No word yet if Elon lets Twitter employees use the shower, bidet, or steam room in his office. I'll keep you posted. Now, the House has approved a landmark bill, did all of this today to codify federal protections for same-sex and interracial marriages, clearing its final hurdle in Congress before heading to the desk of President Joe Biden for his signature. The Senate last week approved the bill, dubbed the Respect for Marriage Act, which would create federal protections for marriages between same-sex couples, including a provision that would require states to recognize marriages performed in other states. Now, the crazy news of the day, you ready for this? Comes from Nantucket, Massachusetts. Nantucket, Massachusetts has been granted approval for a bylaw to allow for topless beaches in what the town says is an effort to promote gender equality. Previously, men were allowed to go topless, and women faced up to 3 years in jail and a $300 fine for bearing a naked chest. And they were upset about it. So the new bylaw, this was done by petition, by the way, they asked for this law, and the updated bylaw says, and I quote, "In order to promote equality for all persons, any person shall be allowed to be topless on any public or private beach within the town of Nantucket." End quote. There you go. All right. An 11,000-year-old rock-cut relief recently discovered in southeastern Turkey featuring menacing leopards bearing teeth and a man who was holding his pee-pee. It is the oldest narrative scene on record. Its meaning is simple, actually. It says, when being attacked by a large cat with sharp teeth, cover your sack. Don't worry about your face. That's right. 11,000 years old. The Federal Trade Commission today sued to block Microsoft's $69 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard, challenging one of the largest tech acquisitions in history. This is one of the largest, and certainly the largest since AOL Time Warner. The blockbuster deal would make Microsoft the third largest video game publisher in the world, with taking control of Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, and your favorite, Candy Crush. I'll leave you with this. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has been named Time Magazine's Person of the Year. There you go. There's your breaking news that you need for today, Thursday, December 8th, 2022. Breaking news is produced by Renee Newman. I'm Jimmy Church. Go Beckley Tepe.